Welcome to the Daily Jing for January 9th, Thursday. Let's look at the schedule. We're in the third week, and Thursday we're doing Gilb today. It's the last essay, last view and do, last discussion. So make sure that you get in and do that. And then Friday we're working on the final drafts of the paper, and everything is due by Saturday before noon, 11:55. Everything closes down. Okay, so I've been looking at your papers, your familiar essays too on the person, place, and thing, and I have some general comments and suggestions. So far, most of you have been writing personal experience narratives. To write a familiar essay in the mode that we have been talking about, you have to find a problem and pursue some idea. I'll give you an example. Sam Sill, in his essay, opens with his character in the bookstore. In the bookstore, he works in confronting a person who plans to commit suicide. It is not unreasonable for him to begin this way because he himself is struggling with ending his own life. But the opening narrative lets him set up the problem and then shows how he moves step by step to deal with it himself. The problem is suicide, and the idea is something like despair or a feeling that life is not worth living. So there's two things there. One is the problem of suicide, and the idea is what's causing that problem, and you want to work with the idea. So you can assume that the author's suicidal thoughts did not occur to him because of the man he finds standing at his counter in the bookstore. They had been on his mind for some time. So he uses the man as the story of the man coming to him in the bookstore as a fulcrum to get into his own problem with suicide. The potential suicide of another, however, spurs the author to start questioning his desire to end his own life. And for the rest of the essay, he struggles with his suicidal feelings. He works on them and works them out until by the end he can see why life is so valuable. He's changed and returns to his desk at the bookstore with new meaning. In your essays, you must set up this narrative of change and then take us on a journey that spells out how your character affects this change. Start with a questioning spirit. Do not start with telling us things that you know to be true as if you are a reporter for your own life. We want to see you change. If you are traveling, we want to see how the new places you visit and the new people you find to talk to change you. You have to start empty, innocent, with questions that unfolding incidents will help you feel or understand, will provide daunting experience, will answer your nagging questions. When we set off on a journey, we have our eye on the destination, but if we are lucky, the experience of traveling gives us new insight into ourselves. There is no reason to travel if that does not happen. Tourists travel with no expectations of change. Real travelers want, even crave, change. They are tired of their old selves. They travel to become someone else. That's the sort of traveling that you have to effect, that we're looking for here in these essays. That's the sort of traveling we want to read about. And that's the sort of traveling that the familiar essay helps do for the writer. Something that helps in this process is to have a companion on your journey, someone to talk to, someone who can help you with your questions. There was a wonderful essay we read for this class several years ago where a young woman asked her ailing father to come on a mountain hike with her. She had been estranged from him for some years, but now he was dying. The only problem was, and it was a big one, he had sexually abused her as a child, and she had never forgiven him. To hike together became, for both of them, a sacrament of forgiveness. By the end of the essay, they both were changed. The hurt was not gone for the writer, but there was a lasting balm on it. Relationships are important in these essays. If you want to work on some relationship in family or with friends, then pick something to do with that person and let the doing of that thing or the exchange of things or whatever be the element for change between the two of you. These essays are, therefore, not strictly about the person, place, and thing. They are about change. They are about relationships. They are about working out some difficulty, some problem that at the beginning of the writing seems intractable. You are at a loss. Start there. Start knowing nothing and show us how you were able to learn on the job. I will be finishing commenting on your papers by today, Thursday noon. So go into your shared box in your Google Drive and find the copy of your paper with my initials _ WCA on them. Okay? So good luck with your revisions. The question of the day is, what is the last essay that we're going to deal with today for the view and do and for the discussion? It's Gilb. Okay? Thanks.